everybody, this is Nate with another Backcountry beer review. Today I'm at the base of Truchas Peak, which you can't really see because it's really windy on the ridge, and you can probably hear the wind here, but it's not as bad as on the ridge, trust me, but you'll see some shots of it. The beer I'm reviewing today is by Manhattan Project Beer Company in Dallas, Texas. This is a Plutonium-239 coconut porter. So Manhattan Project Beer Company, I guess I'd say I'm familiar with them. I've never been there, but I really like, as I've mentioned in previous videos, I really am into nuclear history, nuclear science, technology, and I really like that this brewery, randomly in Texas, kind of takes on a theme of nuclear technology and history by calling themselves Manhattan Project Beer Company and making all their beer names sort of related to that. Plutonium-239, that is an isotope of plutonium that featured very heavily in the development they did in the Manhattan Project. So lots to read. I'll put some links in the description below about more information about that. But anyway, my sister-in-law, Brittany, I'm very thankful for her for bringing me a Manhattan Project care package. I've actually already done one video that featured their Hoppenheimer West Coast IPA. It wasn't a traditional beer review, it was a little bit different, so go ahead and check that out if you're interested. But when I saw that one of these beers was a coconut porter, I was super interested to try it. Now actually I did kind of think about reviewing this beer on Caballo Mountain in the Jemez Mountains. It's actually the Los Alamos County high point. I thought, man, that would be appropriate. But it just didn't shape out that way, so here I am in the beautiful Pecos, gonna try this beer and let you know what I think. This is about the closest view we can get without being completely inundated with wind noise, but that's Truchas right there. The pointy one to the left, that's Little South Truchas in the foreground. I forgot to read the back of the can, so if you like coconut and chocolate, this beer is for you. It's lighter on the palate than you might think, which means it is okay if the weather is warm and the food is rich. As the beer breathes, the freshly toasted coconut begins to shine. All right, well, hopefully the wind abates or stays calm enough for me to film this. Hopefully this is audible. Time for a sip. Right off the bat, I am getting chocolate sauce with kind of like a macadamia-like nuttiness. Maybe I'm just thinking macadamia nut because I know that the beer has coconut in it, so I'm kind of thinking like tropical. I'm also getting, you know, coffee notes, but not like a cup of coffee. It kind of lacks that, like, I think rich coffee-like roasted quality. The roastiness mostly comes through the chocolate to me. And so instead, I think it's more like, to me, a frappuccino or like coffee ice cream where it's got that flavor, but it's mixed in with this creaminess and butteriness. Because I definitely think the beer has that, especially on the finish. Coconut-wise, I do get some of this like fruity coconut note. But as far as the toasted note goes, right now I'm not really picking it up. Now I'll break the fourth wall for a second to say that, yes, I try these beers at home before I come out here and taste them. And when I taste them at home, you know, you see those can pours, the slow motion shot of the beer in the glass. That's, you know, I'm tasting it. I'm drinking using proper glassware, sniffing it, getting the full experience. And I will say at home, I let it sit for 10-15 minutes, and it actually did. I was getting these toasted coconut notes. Now here, you know, I'm trying to get back to my campsite so I can go home. I don't want to be out here forever. I love this area, but I got a long hike ahead of me, and I just want to get home. So I'm not going to sit here and, you know, wait for this to exude those toasted coconut notes. But I do know the can is accurate. So, you know, other brewers take note. You don't have to put stupid nonsense that doesn't mean anything on your cans. You can actually include some information about the beer that's helpful to the consumer. I don't see an IBU on this can, but it's not that bitter of a beer. It's pretty drinkable, and it's actually, in my opinion, it's a really impressive porter. I think this is porters. I love porters, but the one thing I would say is that they can kind of veer into a territory where they're a little too light, and this beer does not do that at all. This beer maintains the richness that I like from a porter without veering into stout territory. And yeah, it's really enjoyable. So cheers, and have a backcountry beer for me.